Hi guys, welcome to another class. Thank you to all who show up and enjoy these videos. Your support means a lot. It's fun growing this little internet community out here. It's a new experience for me. If you do find this work fulfilling, go ahead and hit that notification button so you know when I release new classes. Subscribe to help me with the algorithm, and if you have any questions, put them in the comment section and I'll answer them. Alright, when you're ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Stack a pillow underneath your hips if you are finding it difficult to get your spine to lift out of your hips in a sitting posture. If it's comfortable for the knees and the ankles, sit cross-legged and land. If it's part of your practice, close the eyes. Slow down the thoughts. Soften the intention, land in the body. Bring your hands to either knees and just start to move the torso in circles. Using the anchor of the hands pressing down into the knees to help lift the spine out of the pelvis, especially if we're nice and tight through our mid-back region, which a lot of us are when we get up in the morning. Good, nice big breath in and out. Switch directions of the circles that you're moving in, if you haven't already. Linger in a certain spot for 30 seconds if that's what the body is asking for. We're slowly waking up the tissues. Final circle. Big breath in and out. Raise the arms up over your head. Reach up, extend through the side body, root down through the sits bones, through your pelvis and hip. Right arm forward, left arm back. Outside of the right arm presses on the inside of the knee. You use that strength and the lifting in of our transverse deep core to twist the spine, looking behind you, wringing it out. Big breath into the ribs and chest and back body. Hands come up with strength, switch sides. Left arm comes forward to the inside of the knee. You use that anchor point to twist your shoulders more back. Look behind you. Back hand presses down so you can lift out and away from it. Full big breath, expanding the ribs. Bring your arms back up over your head, and both arms come out to a T. Gentle circles of the arms. Fingertips are reaching away from each other. It's an active engagement of the arms. Chest is wide. Shoulder blades are actively engaged together at the mid-back area. And then switch directions of the circles, small circles, moving forward. Lift your arms up over your head. Dive the torso forward over your legs, walking the fingertips forward in space. Deep breath into the back ribs and low back. Soften the gaze, come into yourself. Notice what sensations you're feeling. Is the heart rate increasing? Can you feel your blood flowing, waking you up? Then find that core engagement. Lift just your arms off the ground, and then lift your torso to stack over your hips. Bring your hands behind you, fingers facing whatever direction seems intuitive. Puff out your chest, let the chin lift up, crown of head moves away from hips and back. Keep the chest puffed out, and then just stack your torso over your hips. Gentle rolls of the wrists and fingers, waking up the finer tuned movements of our body. Moving in both directions. Deepening the breath cycle, slowing down the breath and the heart rate. And then bring your hands to your collarbone, which is the first bone that you feel from your neck onto your torso. Hands rest gently on the skin of the collarbone. And then you let your elbows feel heavy. That'll pull the skin down. And you lift your chin up. Once you start to feel the stretch, stay here, find a nice breath, engage your core so you're not dumping into the natural curvatures of our spine. And then tilt your chin slightly to the left and to the right, finding stretch happening all the way up into our jaw and the anterior part of our neck. Try to keep the back teeth touching, not clenching. We want to feel the stretch happening in the jaw, so don't let the jaw be lax. Good, and then lift your head back to neutral. This time bring both hands to the left collarbone and the front part of our left shoulder. Let the hands sink into the skin, and then you let your chin and neck move away from your hands. Chin is going slightly to the opposite shoulder. Back teeth are touching. Play around with your tongue. Maybe stick your tongue out. Stick your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Wiggle it around. That will add to the sensations you're feeling as we start to open up the connective tissue and give space to the numerous glands and lymph nodes of our neck, mouth, and sinuses. Give them some space, waking up the body, allowing things to flow. Good, bring your head back to neutral, switch sides again, so both hands gently rest on the skin below our collarbone in front of our shoulder of the right side. Once you feel the hands melting and sinking into the skin, you let your neck drift away from that shoulder in front of chest and turn your head to the opposite shoulder. And play with the structures of your tongue, your lips, your nose, your ear, and your jaw. Grounding down into the pelvis as we lift up out of our spine. Encouraging that gentle engagement of belly button to spine, so we're finding activation through the stabilization of our spinal bones. And let it all go. Bring the head back to neutral. arms go behind you. You grab the elbow of your left arm with your right hand behind your back. And then you move your head away from the right elbow or the right side. And let the chin gently come closer to the chest. And shifting the focus of stretch through the connective tissue of the neck and shoulder carriage, but emphasizing the back part of our neck. This area is really important to be open and loose through our fascial system to allow proper drainage of the ventricles of our brain into the brainstem and the spinal cord. If you want to shift around sensation, you can move your shoulder in little circles, encouraging it to move down closer to the ground as the crown of head moves further up and away. Attention to the jaw here. We still want the back teeth touching and not clenching. And we're breathing deeply into our ribs and belly. Next breath, let it all go. Switch sides. This time, right hand grabs onto left elbow. Head moves away from the left side. And the chin comes closer to the opposite shoulder and the chest. Every time we move the neck and stretch out the area, we're doing it through strength and foundation of our core and spine. The neck has a lot of mobility in the bone structure, and our head is very heavy. When we change the pitch of our head, that adds a lot of pressure and weight that our neck muscles have to hold up. So supporting the neck by engaging through our foundational core for our low belly and torso, where the ribs are, will allow us to find support through the bone structure of our neck and then a stretch through the soft tissue. Exhale, let it go. Do a few rolls of the shoulders forward and back. Shake out the head, yes and no. And puff out the chest. Shoulders wide, shoulder blades engaged in the back body. Hands on the knees, belly button to spine. And then we just let the chin come closer to the chest. The next breath cycle, chin lifts up to neutral. And for every breath cycle, which should take roughly 5 to 10 seconds, you do one cycle of chin lowering to your chest. The next breath cycle, chin lifts up to neutral. Repeat the patterning. Low pumping and extension of the back of our neck, opening the soft tissue, allowing there to be gentle movement and flow. Bring the head back to neutral. Hands come to your collarbone space. Let them sink into the skin. And then you very gently lift the chin up and head goes back. Same patterning with the breath. Every breath cycle, move the head. Let the chin lift up and back, stretching out and mobilizing the front of our neck to open the drainage pathways of our face. Good, let it all go and just do some figure eights with the neck. Nice big full cycles of breath. Bring your elbows out wide, hands in a fist across your chest. Engage the low belly, so belly button to spine, and just twist out the ribs and mid-back. Nice big exhales through the mouth. We go to the side. gonna let it all go. Take your hands like fists and just gently rock the fists with loose wrists across your sternum, which is that center bone of our ribs, and chest. Find a nice hum in the back of the throat as you do so, waking up the middle and lower respiratory tract. Head, and then we're gonna find 5 minutes of just sitting with ourselves. Soften the gaze and close the eyes. Hands in whatever comfortable position you'd like. Hands down to ground, hands up to receive. And as we sit and just practice witnessing sensation and the sensory input from around us, I want to acknowledge that is very difficult, especially in the morning as we're about to start our day. Most of us have very busy lives, so sitting here might make you feel very agitated. As many philosophers say, if you sit down for 5 minutes and it's really hard and you want to get up immediately, you probably should sit for double the amount of time, so 10 minutes. To strengthen the muscle of mindfulness, to learn how to slow down and take in the present moment for yourself. When we can find that state of presentness on a more regular basis in our life, we tend to be more grateful. We tend to listen to our body and not push it to extremes. We tend to be better listeners and create stronger bonds with our community. And we live in a culture that does not promote this way of being very often. So acknowledging that this is difficult is part of showing up honestly with yourself. No judgment, but choosing to work on some self-discipline. To stay with the boredom, with the squirrel brain, with the need and want to go on with your day. Gently pull your brain back into the body, back into the present moment. Let go of the to-do lists. Nice big breath in and out. Allow the eyes to start to blink open. Wrap your thumb over each fingertip. Notice the subtleties. And start to go about your day. I appreciate you practicing and showing up for yourself. I'll see you next time.